All right, guys, welcome back to Polite Banter. It's been a little bit. We were all busy with school, but we're gonna try to get more episodes back to you guys and hopefully get a consistent schedule. We got here Chris, Grant, and Elijah. You guys can just say hi if you guys want.
What's up? Took a little bit of
How's it going?
hiatus, but we're back.
Howdy.
And there it is, and there it is. First off, it's been a crazy year. I just want to talk about this whole COVID thing and whatnot. But the vaccine's coming out, which could be promising. So I decided myself to go on CBS, everybody, and check out the comment section. And first of all, I click on the video of the CBS video they had on their channel. It's called First Vaccinations being spread across the U.S. And I look at the like to dislike ratio. It's like 200 likes and then like 1,000 dislikes. So I know that people aren't too happy with this vaccine. But
Never,
I'm a
never a
bit.
good sign.
Yeah, I know. So I'm just like, what's all the hubbub? So I go to the top comment. Top comment comes from this guy named Truly Memorizing Beauty. I'm sure he's a good guy. I don't know his whole background, but the man says, "Ha ha ha, clearly forced eugenics and population control." So that seems pretty. That's a pretty big claim. I'm gonna say.
It's
So
a bold statement.
that's a bold statement. So I said, I came off a little bit aggressive. I'm not gonna lie, but I also like messing with people. But it was all harmless. I basically just say, quote, inactive antigens that make the immune system familiar with certain RNA is population control and eugenics. And I basically just go into asking him where he got this notion that eugenics and population control is being implemented by the government. He basically tells me that I know nothing and that I probably also believe in other things that probably have happened, like the moon landing in 9/11. And I basically just tell him, I said, can I please have any credible articles? And please don't send me your Facebook links because I've had that happen before. And he called me a Muppet, and I followed up by saying, then call me Kermit the Frog. So it's going to be an interesting few months to see if the vaccine does make us, I guess, force the population. I don't think so, but I guess we'll see. But that was a little opener for the podcast, a little funny story I had today. But to kind of, get back into the, I guess, the notion of things, I'll go ahead and just start asking people, Elijah, Chris, and Grant here, how their experience with COVID was. So I'm going to start with Grant this time. So, Grant, how was your experience with COVID this year?
Didn't really have, well, I obviously did not have COVID, but recently my mom actually tested positive a couple, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but she didn't have too many symptoms. She just had a cough, slight fever, but she's past quarantine, so she's doing better now. And my grandma, she actually tested positive for it, but she's doing fine as well. Um,
I'm
yeah,
glad to hear Granny's doing well, Grant.
yeah, she's doing good.
Shout out, Granny. Shout out to her. That's good. Yeah, for the most part, because I know Chris and Grant, we all go to the same college. Elijah used to, but we went back to college with masks and whatnot. But for the most part, people that got it, I didn't. I mean, personally, what I heard, not too many people were too affected by it. Either they had it and didn't know, or they were sick and got over it within a few day period. Thankfully, but I'm good to hear that Granny and Mom is doing good.
Yep, doing good, doing good.
That's
Good,
good.
good news. Good news.
And then Elijah, what is your experience with this whole COVID thing?
Wow, yeah, the pandemic. It has been quite a year, has it not? Um, so I guess the biggest effect it had on me was just the fact working from home now. So that was been interesting. Not too bad. I think I've finally gotten used to it, but I kind of wish I was able to go back into the office. But I, unlike Grant, I actually did get the Rona. I got the Rona,
Oh no.
unfortunately. Yeah, it was super weird. So it was opening day hunting. I went up north to my parents and I was going to go hunting the next day. And I just had like the worst fever. Like it was so weird cuz I like never get sick, but I was like sweating. I'm like, what is going on? It's so weird. I still went hunting the next day, but I'm like, maybe I should go get tested. So tootle on over and to the testing site, and sure enough, comes back positive. So for the next 2 weeks, I pretty much just had to like quarantine in a room. I live in a house with like a couple other guys, and they just like shoved me in the corner back room. I have a space heater in there. Is the only way I was able to keep warm. So it was interesting. I'll tell you what, I was sick of that room by the end of those 2
Oh
weeks,
yeah,
though.
that's crazy. And then did it? So you had a fever. Did you have any other symptoms that were alarming or?
So I had like a fever that Friday, and then like after that, it was literally like nothing. Like I said, I went hunting the next day even, but like, and then it wasn't till like 4 or 5 days later that like I actually did lose like a little bit of my smell, and I lost my like
Oh
taste
wow.
as well. Yeah, I just like I woke up
That's
one morning,
crazy.
like I normally do, make my coffee, and take a sip. I'm like, yeah, this doesn't taste like anything. That's
Water coffee.
interesting.
Oh, that's
Right?
crazy.
Yeah, it was
Goodness.
weird. It just kind of tasted like I was drinking hot water. So
Wow.
yeah,
I've seen those challenges on
the loop.
TikTok where people, what is it? They have people like sick of COVID take shots of Everclear
Oh my
to see
Yeah.
if
goodness!
they taste it. And they just
Wow.
like
Yeah, that's
they just down a whole cup without like not knowing what it is.
that's actually interesting because yeah, I wonder like what it would taste like if it wouldn't taste like anything. Yeah, I don't know.
The
That's
video I
weird.
saw,
Yeah.
they put Everclear in a glass of water, and she couldn't tell the difference, and she like drank both of them like it was nothing.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Well, I did not try that. I don't think the doctor would have liked me trying that. I don't think it's the recommended recovery
Yeah, no.
strategy for recovering from the
Staying
Rona.
hydrated.
Yeah. Stay hydrated, drink plenty of fluids, and have lots of Everclear.
Funny thing was, I think that girl was from Wisconsin because it said
Of
hashtag
course,
Wisconsin.
of course.
So and
Not
she had,
Of course,
surprising.
yeah,
it's Wisconsin, so
she had an Oshkosh sweatshirt on. So I was like, okay, you guys doing it right over there. I thought it was funny. But yeah, glad to see both of you guys are doing safe. Chris, how about you? You have any experience with the COVIDs?
I was no, I mean, yeah, I got some stories. First off, I guess I didn't get it. Thank God, because I've had so many people in my like little circles, I guess, who got it, and I just like I'd find out like 2 weeks later, like, hey, Chris, we got it, but I was like, the day I didn't show up, it was like, oh, okay, I missed it. But one of my crazy recent stories was, due to the lack of a cross country season, I've been kind of on the money grind, so I've been working two jobs kind of
Nice.
whenever I can. And one of my jobs, actually at Quick Trip, we have only two managers, and as of right now, we're like crazy understaffed at our store to begin with, and they just haven't like hired a lot of people. And one of my managers, I don't want to get too like in details for their sake, but let's just say when a manager has COVID, everybody who worked that shift in a small Quick Trip, can't show up. So that's like six people gone. And that's like we have like 17 people staff, so that means there's only 11 people who can work, a whole week, and like two are college kids. So basically, this past weekend and the other weekend when I would work, I was doing like two different types of duties there. So I would be like cooking in the kitchen, and then I'd have to quickly transition from like cooking chicken to working a register. Like, thank God the stores was kind of slow that day, but it was probably like the craziest, um, literally like doing two different types of jobs on the same time. But yeah, I guess I kind of missed it this year, which was kind of cool, I guess. I mean, good for my sake. But what's crazy for me is just like back in January when before this all went down, like if you guys remember, I got like sick, and
Yeah.
you guys were like joking, like, "Oh, Chris got Rona," and then
Got
we
the
went on
Rona,
like,
stay away.
yeah, and then we went on spring break, and it was just like wow, this is just like has escalated. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've as of right now, I don't want to jinx it. My last few weeks of December, but I have not gotten it, but I know uh, quite a lot of people have gotten it. So I don't know. Hopefully, I
Yeah.
stay healthy.
And also, just like, because I mean, we both do sports in college. You got to get quarantined for 2 weeks because of someone on the team got sick. Is that right?
Yeah, well, no. So that was the other reason why I say like I've gotten really lucky. So everybody, we do like team events and stuff, and we like the one weekend, myself and like two other people, I think, like I had something going on with family, so I didn't do the event, and sure enough, that was the one where
Wow.
everybody had to get quarantined. So I missed out on that, which was good and bad, but at the same time, like obviously, like I was like, hey, if I need to like get myself tested, I will totally get tested because that's what you do. But I didn't have to, so I don't know. I've gotten just like really lucky, I guess.
Yeah, you dodged a few bullets there.
I know,
That's
but
insane.
that's
Some
what I'm
lucky
saying.
man.
I don't
We're
want.
gonna enter him in the lottery.
I know,
Yeah.
but yeah, sign me up. But I guess these last few weeks of December, I'm just like hoping my luck stays, unless first week of 2021, Chris gets sick and has to go test for Rona. So
Yeah,
I can see that happening.
everyone beginning in 2020 is like, 2020 is my year. 2021 is gonna hit, and Chris is gonna catch
Yeah.
the Rona.
Oh, I got a question. I got a question for you guys. Hold up. So like, what do you think 2021 is gonna be like worse? Like, I know we don't know, but like, what do you think it? Do you think it'll just keep going
can't be.
downhill, or
It can't be worse.
I think it's gonna be more similar than people want it to be.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I feel like, well, in my opinion, the first half, because I do, hopefully, but I do think the vaccine will have some effect. But I don't think things are going to be like normal until like the end of the year. So I feel like the first half of 2021 is just going to feel like 2020, if that makes sense.
I agree.
Yeah,
That
so
that's
makes
kind of
sense.
what I'm on, and I think maybe even that's optimistic, kind of like you're
exactly,
saying. Like
yeah.
maybe not even till like the end of next year.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's just because in 2019 we had no idea COVID was coming. So I mean, not to jinx anything, but we have no idea what 2021 is gonna happen. Like there could be a whole nother pandemic. I don't know, but assuming nothing happens, I'm gonna say everything's good. But I actually have a story about COVID. It's kind of a funny one. So I play volleyball actually at the same college that we all go to or used to go to. Um, and we're a fairly new team, so we only can practice at like 4 a.m. to like 5 a.m. Like we do like super early practices. It was pretty bad. I noticed I was only getting like 3 hours of sleep because it's college.
Jeez,
And
what? Wait, why so early? That is
that's
so early.
so it was
That's
well,
the
That
prime
is
time
really
to work
early.
out. What are you talking
it was two reasons. One,
prime time for sleeping.
yeah. So the reason why we're like, since we're a new team, that was the only gym time we had, and also our coach believed it was just builds character. No, I think it was just like good to get out of the way, and like it just showed like. I also think he did it so early to like kind of weed out people. He kind of wanted to like to see who was actually dedicated.
That's true.
That maybe.
I couldn't think of a quicker way to weed people out.
Oh yeah. So but I remember during that time it was like a 1.5 month period. It was from like end of September to like until I got quarantined in November, which I'll get into. But dude, I was like a zombie. I was a former shell of myself. My grades dropped like 10% in all my classes because I was just so out of it. And as soon as we stopped doing early practices, my grades like skyrocketed back up. I was getting like good grades again. It shows that sleep's like super effective. But yeah. What was I gonna say? Okay, so we're playing, we're doing fine. Uh, I think the first half, I don't know about you, Chris, but we couldn't do like contact practices for a while, and then eventually like we got to do it. So it's like first week of contact practice, we're doing stuff, and then this is a part of the story. So we take water breaks and whatnot. So I go to drink my water, and I'm not gonna say any names, but one of my teammates is drinking out of my water bottle, and I ask him like, "Hey, I think that's my water," and he was like, "Oh, we have the same bottle." And so he made a joke about like, about COVID, and I jokingly said, "Well, if you test positive somehow, I guess I'll know where I get it from." And then so that was like we joked about it, we laughed, and then I still drank out of the water bottle. I don't know if I should have, but it was early, probably wasn't thinking. But then we started playing. So then the next day, coach says, "Okay, we're having random testing. I'm getting tested. Um, someone else getting tested. The other person getting tested was actually the person that drank in my water bottle, keep in mind. And then another person getting tested. So then And it was all an accident. He didn't mean to drink out of my bottle, obviously. So then it's time for testing, and it's Friday. We get tested Thursday, and then Friday night, Jacob has a date with someone, making moves out here. But so I'm on the date, and it's going well, and this person is my girlfriend now, so like it didn't ruin everything, but it was like one of our first dates, and so we're just going out, and then I get a call from someone, basically saying, "Hey, I tested positive, and you have to quarantine immediately." And the person I get this message from is the person that drank out of my water bottle a few days earlier. So
Oy.
I'm immediately freaking out. So
Yikes.
I basically like I
Yikes.
got that message and I literally just like stood up and just didn't know what to say. And so I tell the girl, I'm like, listen, I put my mask on immediately. I was like, listen.
He didn't waste no time.
Well, I felt bad because the girl was gonna go drive because we had this date, and then the next day she was gonna go see her family. And
Oh no.
so I was feeling bad. So I kind of was like, oh my goodness. So I told her, I was like, hey, I gotta go. Like, I'm sorry. And
Well, she probably thought it wasn't working out.
yeah, I still know. I mean, like, we're it was
This isn't
fine.
gonna work out.
Yeah, no. So I felt bad, but like, we're now dating now. It's all fine. But it was like it's a funny first date, I would say. But
Definitely memorable.
yeah. So I was freaking out. So I call she leaves. I call my mom, and I was like, what do I do? Like,
As one does when they.
I
don't
know,
what
but
to
like,
do.
they don't teach you this stuff in school. Like, no one in our lifetime's been through a pandemic. So I'm like, what do I do? And she was like, you didn't. My test came back negative, but it didn't mean I could get symptoms, later on because it takes up to
Right.
14 days. So she's like, just go home, sleep it out, and see what happens. I get a text from my coach saying, all right, guys, we have to quarantine. And I was like, okay, we're going to quarantine. And I must say, people say quarantine's bad. Quarantine was some of the best times of my life, boys, at college. And this is why. I no longer had to wake up at 5 a.m. I could just sleep in. All my professors were all lenient, and I could just get my work done whenever I could. And most important, I got more sleep. So, moral of the story, maybe quarantining isn't that bad. But, funny story. But,
Do you have Disney Plus?
what's that?
Do you have Disney Plus?
No, I don't.
It's a shame.
But I have been watching a lot of anime, as Grant knows. So,
Yes.
me and Grant have been on some anime binge watching over the fall. But that's how I got through it. And I played a lot of video games, I think, or just watched YouTube. I watched a lot of documentaries actually. But
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I pretty much just like I worked obviously for like 8 hours. Then like I'd be like, well, now what do I do? So I usually just end up playing video games.
what games have you been playing, Elijah?
Pretty much just still on that Rocket League grind.
Okay.
It's free to play now, so there's
Nice.
the giant player base now, and I jumped up like 4 ranks just because all the new people.
Oh yeah. What is your rank now? Because was it like silver or gold before?
Yeah, I was like silver 3, but now I'm just like magically gold 4. I'm like, well, that's cool, I guess.
Okay.
There you go.
okay.
Making big moves.
That's right. Now I gotta shoot for something else though.
Glad
So I
to
was
hear.
trying to get gold.
I have not played Rocket League in so long. It's fun though. I play with Grant sometimes when I'm with him, but
It's a good game. It kind of blew my
Yeah.
mind that Epic Games bought them, but it makes sense.
it was
they're
smart
Like, "Ooh,
for them to do
they're
it.
like
yeah.
microtransactions. We know how to do that."
Yep, exactly.
Like at
But,
Fortnite and Rocket League? I did not know that.
Yeah. Epic Games bought Rocket League.
Right, they own Fortnite, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah. So
It's so funny how Fortnite started because Epic Games bought Fortnite back when it was nothing. Because originally Fortnite was supposed to be like a zombie survival game,
Yeah.
and then PUBG came out, and another game that started the whole battle royale. And so I think a person on their team was just like, "Hey, we should put a battle royale as a secondary mode in Fortnite." And I
It
guess
just exploded.
yeah, then it became like the biggest game of all
Yeah.
time, most grossing game of all. So, and Epic Games definitely was on a gold mine. So,
They were.
I find it pretty insane, but good for them, I guess. But I guess Chris and Grant, have you guys been playing any video games? Because I know all of us have really haven't been going out too much.
Up
a little
until
bit.
last week, like not much at all, to be honest. But I did buy Cyberpunk, and
Okay.
I'm enjoying it. But which is it's a pretty big game right now. However, I have like the Xbox One X version, so it's like if I don't know if you guys have like seen the memes, but there's a lot of bugs, you know.
Last gen, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
last
what I've
gen.
heard.
So it's still fun. I haven't had any like game breaking bugs where like it's playable, but like there's definitely a lot of moments where like I had the moment where there's like my car like went through a wall,
Yeah.
you know.
That's not normal.
Yeah, it runs at 10 frames, but like it's playable.
So you know it's playable, but
I
I'm
have a
kinda
headache
disappoint-
after 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But...
I'm a little disappointed because I set my expectations low because the hype surrounding the game was like just crazy, but I still haven't seen Keanu yet, and I'm
Yeah.
like maybe 10 15 hours in, I'd say, and like
Ooh.
I knew he wouldn't be like showing up right away, but like I thought I'd see him by now, so I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
kind of I'm a little disappointed with that, but there's some necessities, some highlights. There's probably things I can't say on the podcast, but
Oh,
it's,
yeah,
it's a
it's-
good.
It's out there.
Yeah.
I know the
Few
cus-
bugs.
We keep this podcast PG. The
Exactly.
Polite
But,
Banter podcast.
it's an interesting game at times. So, but it's fun. It's fun. I would definitely recommend it if you like open world games.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe just no, continue. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say the customized features have been very perfected in this game, guys. You can really customize a lot. But no, I wanted to bring up.
Pretty next gen.
Yeah, pretty mind opening. But I was gonna say, the whole car glitch. I saw one of my favorite streamers was streaming. I saw a clip on YouTube. Someone donated and said, "Is this game worth it?" And he goes, he's thinking about it, and his car does like a bunch of flips, like goes through a wall, and he goes, "Does that answer your question?" It was like perfect timing. He goes,
Oh my god.
"He's like, is this game worth it? Let me think." And then the car goes,
Yeah.
He goes, "Well, that should answer your question."
The somewhat good news though is that the developers CD Projekt Red, they have a good reputation, so I'm sure they're gonna like patch up the game in the next few months. But it also like kind of sucks because it's like this game has been in development for like forever, and it's like the last gen version is nowhere near as smooth as like playing on the PS5 or like even PC if you have the right setup. So
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like it's just honestly like going forward, it's kind of just par for the course that like new game comes out, you're if you're gonna buy it right away, you're pretty much just a beta tester is all you are.
True. Yeah.
Like it's not gonna be a couple months till really it's a finished product, but at least that's what I feel.
Yeah, I know you need a crazy strong computer to run it. There's been a meme on TikTok. People take their old computers from like 15 years ago and try running it, and then it's
Gosh.
but they put all the settings on ultra, so it's like overheating, and then the dude's computer starts
Are you
smoking.
serious?
Yeah, so
It's on fire.
the dude's
Oh my
computer
God.
starts smoking and like sound like a jet engine, and he grabs a raw piece of chicken and starts like cooking it on the keyboard,
Oh my
Whoa.
god!
and it starts
He's
cooking.
just-
It's like
he's-
it's turning
no,
brown.
I don't believe it. He's just memeing.
He is memeing, but like
I don't know.
He's blowing vape in there.
he was just saying though, he was like, yeah, this game's, but he was like being sarcastic. He was like, yeah, these graphics are insane. I've been playing it for a few days, and it's like, it sounds like a jet engine. And then like he goes out to the settings, he starts playing. It's like 1 frame a second, like looks so bad. It was hilarious. But oh yeah, Grant, have you been playing any video games in your time home or?
Kind of like Elijah, just a little bit of Rocket League. I played
Ooh.
a ton, like not a ton, but like whenever I had free time, the last week we were at school, I was just playing Rocket League so much, and I realized how addicting the game is and how frustrating the game can be.
Oh,
like
yeah,
I
the
was
game.
getting
It's
so
so
frustrated.
addicting.
Yeah,
Like I think it's because like the matches are so short. You like tell yourself like, I'll just play like a couple matches, and then you're just
Yeah,
like, oh,
and then
let's
I'm
just play
sitting on
one
the
more
couch for
match,
like
is like another
2
5 minutes,
hours.
right? Yeah. That's how you get sucked into it.
but yeah,
Gotta end on a good game though. Always have to
Yep.
end on a good game.
I'm convinced.
Probably
I'm like convinced the AI is out to get you because when I would play ranked, I think I was like diamond, like I was near diamond plat and like Grant, just champ. But I would get to like diamond 3, okay, like diamond 2, win a game, diamond 3, and then I would be like one game from champ, and then
Yeah.
I would go down 5, and I'd win 5, and go down 5. It would always
I
like
know.
it would just edge me on like getting to champ, and I couldn't do it. I don't know why.
Yeah. Like you're almost there. Almost there.
Like no, try again. I was like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Very
was-
frustrating.
It was just messing with me. I don't know what it was, but yeah, I'm glad to hear we're all playing our video games as we should. But I wanted to talk about I go on Twitter a lot. I'm quite a frequent user, so I'm scrolling through my page and I see Grant here sends out a tweet, and it says and he says great clips, more like an explicit clips. Am I right, fellas? And I kind of heard a little bit of the story, but I want Grant to elaborate on his great clips experience.
Oh my goodness.
Grant,
Okay.
please elaborate. You're on Twitter shots.
I want to
out
hear
there.
this, Grant.
So I may have overreacted on Twitter a little bit, but I was a little unhappy with the experience. So my hair was getting a little raggedy, a little long, a little shaggy, and I wanted to get in to Great Clips because I've gone there before. I've had like decent experiences at Great Clips. So I went in, I walked up, and she's like, okay, the wait time is about an hour. And I'm like, an hour. And I was like, okay, can it send me text alerts when I'm able to like go in? And she said, yeah, that's actually a new feature. Just put in your number. And that's what I did. And in the meantime, me and Hannah, my sister, we went shopping. So an hour goes by. Hannah's getting a little frustrated that they haven't let me know
As she should.
that I can get my haircut yet. Yeah, she gets frustrated at times. If you don't know her. But I'm waiting. I'm like, okay, Hannah, give me 15 more minutes. Okay. So we sit in the parking lot for 15 more minutes and nothing happens. And I'm like, okay, well, screw this. Let's go home. It was a pretty big overreaction, but I was just really heated because if I hadn't had to go shopping or anything for like Christmas stuff, I would have been pretty salty. And I still never got a text alert that my haircut would be ready. Like I'm still waiting.
He's still waiting for that haircut.
They text you like next year.
Yeah.
They're finally
Just get a
available.
notification.
Hey, you come in now. We can get you in.
But yeah,
See, that's why I go to sport clips because I've never been disappointed there.
okay.
Oh,
Nice.
big spender, huh? Big spender.
But yeah, the
No,
next
they have
day,
the V. I mean, not the VIP, but they have like the.
The triple
I think
play.
it's like yeah, where you get like a discount and then you get like a massage.
the towel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, yeah. I've been there once.
Okay.
Gave me the massage and the towel treatment. It was wonderful.
Oh
But
my God.
honestly, though, like I feel like you guys can weigh in here. I feel like there's like no better feeling in the world than getting a fresh cut. It's got to be up there, like in my
It
top
is.
10.
Yeah, I like it. I'm a
Right.
fan.
I will say, getting a fresh cut in Wisconsin, especially in the cold, it hits different because when your sides are short and you're walking back,
Yeah.
the cold
Yeah.
air just meets your little hairs. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, we got that crispy air here in Wisconsin.
Makes you feel crisp.
You don't have that in California.
Some parts, but not for the most part. No, walking out I go to a salon personally because I think salons do a pretty good job. But Grant has this semester showed me the ways of the Great Clips, and I must say, I'm giving Great Clips for the price. It's a 4.5 out of 5 because
Okay.
let me
yeah.
tell you, Grant comes back. I think it was like the first week of school. This guy comes back, and he's looking like Matthew McConaughey. This guy's hair is. I touched this guy's hair. I started bleeding. It was a little sharp. I asked him. I said, "Where'd you go? Which barber are we going to?" He says, "I went to Great Clips." I looked this man dead in the eyes and I said, "You wouldn't lie to me, Grant. Come on. Where'd you
I
go?"
wouldn't. And I didn't.
He didn't lie. So next time he goes to Great Clips, I go with him. I'm like, let's see what the hubbub's all about, I walk in. The lady, I will admit, she was a little rude at first. Remember
Yeah.
Grant?
Yeah, we came in like 20 minutes before their closing, so
And I was
that
like,
reason-
That's just part of the Great Clips experience.
that's it.
honestly.
Plus, we're
Like-
college kids. We don't get off to like 3. So I mean,
yeah, you're right.
it was what it was. But I mean, we walked in. She was a little bit. She's like, did you sign up online? I look at Grant. I'm like, that's a thing. I don't know. But so then we put our names down, and then we're waiting. I think Grant went first. I'm waiting outside. I'm a bit cold. I'm thinking, was this the right idea? Grant comes walking out looking like, I don't even know. This man's hair was looking good. So I walked in and I said, okay, let's see what this is all about. I sit down. I have a great conversation with the lady. I will say, Great Clips. They must have communication degrees. These people will talk to you like they're your grandmother. I don't know what it is. She cleans me all up. I'm walking out. I'm feeling great. I tipped her, a generous tip. I had to because maybe it's just the Great Clips in Wisconsin. Maybe because I've been to Great Clips before. They don't do this. This is not a thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, they make them different around here.
And maybe it's
Something.
just like the friendly Midwest, vibe.
That's
I don't
true.
know. That too.
Oh, but yeah, I would say if you get a haircut here, they're gonna look at you and say, "What do you want?" And then you're gonna sit down. They're gonna beat your head up a little bit. Maybe I've had funny story. This is real.
Beat your head up.
This is real. This is a real
Just
story.
give you a good old little whack around.
This is real. So I went to a salon. I'm not gonna say the person's name, but and I like this hairdresser a lot. So I go to her a lot. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want bad business going around. But she's cutting my hair, and then she cuts her finger as she's cutting my hair, and then blood gets in my hair, and then she's like, and then I'm like, I hear kind of like make a face. I'm like, you okay? She goes, yeah. She goes, did you want your hair dyed red? I was like, not really. She goes, well, today's your lucky day. So yeah, I had a little bit of blood in my hair from her. So that was an interesting experience. But they just get gory here. They really get really intimate and show you everything. It's like Cyberpunk, Chris. It's like there's no filter here. But yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy. I've never had that, but I've had some good chats, I guess. Let's just say that,
Okay.
I had a hairdresser get kind of philosophical once. That was interesting.
The whole meaning of
But,
life.
Yeah, it was just like myself, her, and her friend. It was just like cleaning, and I was like in the same boat where like I showed up, maybe 30 minutes before close, and Sport Clips, it's open pretty late for the most part. And we just like talked about life. She cut my hair, and then I think I bought like some like gel or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. That's the craziest like haircut experience I've had. Other than that, it's the typical show up, get your cut, sometimes get a massage. That's about it.
Oh yeah, Sport Clips does it right. I have another funny story about. I've had too many here in California. I've had too many crazy haircut experiences. But I used to go to a guy. I think he's from like New Orleans. I think he was like Jamaican, descent, but he had big dreadlocks. He's a really nice guy. I know his name. I'm not gonna say it though. But he used to cut my hair for like 2 years back in high school, and one day I think my mom would go with me because it was like in a salon place where they had multiple people. She would get her hair done, I get mine. I think I just got my license around this time, so I go ahead, or maybe I think I just started like driving, so I could go place by myself. I go by myself and I sit down, and he starts cutting my hair and he goes, "Hey, do you want to buy my mixtape off me?" And I thought he was joking. I was like, yeah. And so he goes in his bag, he pulls out this CD, and the front cover is him with like bongos with like he's like, I'm pretty sure he's smoking something that was illegal at the time, and then he's like, "Because here it is." I was like, "Oh, okay." And so I felt bad. I did not want to buy it. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's like a $5 like. No, this thing was like $29.99. Like it was a full on, and my haircut's like $20. So I did pay more for the mixtape, and so I ended up paying for the mixtape. I never went back. I literally put it to my computer, listened to it. No offense to this guy, it was not good. It just sounded like I was not.
He's
I was
listening. He's listening right now.
he's rolling the floor. He cannot take it.
Yeah.
But let's just say I never went back. I literally told my mom like I need to find a new barber because I've never had this before. He basically kind of scammed me, is what I feel like. But I don't know. I feel like here in California, they're always just hustling. Like here's my mixtape. But
I have a mixtape story. So I would go to Summerfest. If you guys know what Summerfest
Yeah.
is. Yeah. So my first year ever at Summerfest, I think I was sophomore in high school. I think going into junior year, and Blink 182 was playing, and myself and two of my friends we were gonna go. We're gonna go see it. So like we parked pretty far. This is before I went to school in Milwaukee, so like I don't really know Milwaukee or like the area that well. And we're walking, and there's this dude. He's just like going crazy. He's like, buy my mixtape, and he's got like a whole like sack of CDs, and everybody's ignoring him, right? Okay.
yeah.
So like, young Chris is like, he was a different kid, and he's like, hey man, I'm gonna support this guy. So I just like, and at the time I didn't have like much cash on me, and I was like saving it for like food, and like it was my first time going to Summerfest, so I didn't know exactly what to expect, and so I quickly just like snatched one out of the guy's satchel, and and I'm like, I'll support you, man. And all of a sudden he starts like yelling at me. He's like, kid, you got to pay for that. And he starts like cussing me out. And I'm, this is like sophomore Chris. So he's kind of freaking out. So I quickly just like go back to my friends, and we just like take off. And I was like, I don't know, to this day, I just.
Wait, time out.
So you stole
Chris,
it?
you stole his mixtape? That's what I just heard.
No. So hear me out. So like, no, let me continue. So I'm like a good conscious kind of kid. So like, I'm like freaking out. So we're like
Obviously.
walking. And I'm like, guys, I gotta give it back to the guy. So I like literally awkwardly like run back and just like put it in his little satchel. And he's like, at this point, like he's talking with somebody else. So like he sees me, but he also gives me like, get out of here, kid. But like, I don't know. It was just like one of those moments. So after that, like I've just had bad luck with mixtapes, and stuff. So I'm just like never again. So I don't know. That's like my only story. So
That's funny. At first, I thought this was a whole like you glorifying stealing, but it turns
No.
out you were a good guy and came back.
No,
So
I'll be
he's a
honest,
good guy. He brought it back.
I almost did, and looking back, sometimes I'm like, I could have had this. What if I like would have stolen it and like promoted this guy and he like blew up? You know what I mean? Like,
true.
but nah, I was a good kid, so
That's good. I wonder what he's doing now. Maybe he's still out there yelling at sophomores in college.
You
for
know,
taking
I
us
don't
to
know.
Summerfest grounds.
I went back next year and I never saw him, so I don't know.
Dang.
This is a funny story. It reminds me of like odd people in Milwaukee, but there's Vice did a whole documentary about this man called the Milwaukee Wolverine, I think it was.
The
Oh my
Milverine.
gosh.
Yeah, the Milverine.
Oh,
Okay.
infamous.
You guys
I
know
have
who
never
it
heard of
is.
this guy in my life.
Yeah, I know who
before
the
that.
Milverine is, of course.
You're
the-
good buddies with him or what?
No, so I watched a
Yeah,
documentary.
we go way back.
I watched a documentary. I didn't look up photos right now. That was the Milverine.
Milverine.
Yep, the Milverine.
Yeah, so this man, and I gotta say, this guy, he looks like a real Chad. He's to put in perspective for people at home, this man did not skip chest day. This man's pretty muscular. He's thinning at the top of his head a little bit, but that doesn't stop him. He has his Wolverine cut, and he just walks around with no shirt on, with jeans. He looks like someone's dad from the '80s, but this man is apparently a legend in the parts of Milwaukee. So
Yeah, it's a sight to see if you come to the city.
have you seen it personally, Elijah?
No, I've never seen. No.
Dang
Never seen
How
it.
did you hear about it? Just like from word of mouth, or?
Yeah, I kind of heard about it first from word of mouth, but then actually I saw the same documentary you did.
Oh,
Like the
okay,
little mini
good.
Vice documentary. I thought it was so funny.
Apparently, an article just got posted recently saying the Milwaukee local legend has disappeared. So he's going into his little
Man,
hiatus.
He's gone. He's vanished.
Yeah, he's doing a little hiatus. So hopefully we see. Honestly, we should try to get him on the podcast. Maybe he could.
We should go
That'd be
Milverine
super
hunting.
epic.
Milverine
I
hunting.
think he's probably a little more famous than we are.
Hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna see what we can do, but maybe we can ask him for his mixtape while he's on. Who knows? But hey, anything could
Chris
happen.
will steal it. Don't bring any
I'll
mixtapes
steal
around him.
it.
Good.
Yeah, keep your mixtapes away from Chris.
I don't know. He might
Coming
be.
for him.
He
I'm
might
coming.
You could turn a new leaf and come back and awkwardly put it back for him. So
True.
who knows?
So
Who
I'm
knows?
coming for them all. I'm just gonna take it.
That's good. Okay, so boys, we are approaching the 40-minute mark. Do you guys want to keep it going? You guys want to wrap it up? This is a good podcast for now. What are we thinking?
I think we should wrap it up. Just because it's our
Yeah, it's
last one probably of the year. But people look for more in January. Jacob, if you wanna finish it off for us.
yeah. So I mean, we could try to do weekly again if you guys want to. I mean, I'd be down. I got nothing else to do. But
I'm down.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So what's a week from today? I think it's like you go to my calendar. But yeah, we could probably do a little weekly thing. So yeah, the 21st, we could do like a Christmas episode. Do a little Christmas theme,
special.
a little Christmas special.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Yeah. So for people that have watched this far, hopefully people have. We're gonna probably keep it going, and hopefully next semester, if COVID clears up, we can all start to get a studio together and get in person. But thanks for watching. Wash your hands out there, and if you're selling mixtapes, don't let Chris near them. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you guys later.